Morning, y'all. Hi, y'all. Well, I'm gonna make some breakfast today. I'm gonna make bacon and eggs with toast. And this is my second video. My first video was kind of long. Give me some grace. I'm just now starting this series. This one might be a little bit longer, or around that amount of time, because I'm making the bacon and the eggs and the toast. The grilled cheese and tomato soup was super easy. It was an easy meal anybody can make. That's what I'm going to make in the beginning. I'm going to make like easy, very simple meals. And this is just a basic, classic bacon, egg, and toast breakfast. I don't know if y'all can hear my dog, my Rottweiler. I don't have my house all put together. He's in his own little room. He's crying right now, but I haven't got I still don't have my stuff put up. It's a mess here. Okay, so I'm going to show y'all my food. Flip it. Okay. There is just regular white bread, just regular bacon. I was looking for the thick sliced bacon, but I couldn't find any. They were sold out of it. And then just eggs, just regular eggs. It says they are extra large, but to me, when I was growing up, this is not an extra large egg to me. It just ain't. But that's what they had. And little Miss Piggy with the butter. And got my plate, my utensils, my tripod. This is my damp paper to wipe my fingers on. Always have that ready. And I got my pan, my lid. I got a little paper towel here for splatter. And I made my own splatter guard with a piece of cardboard and a piece of aluminum foil. Just make sure, if you do this, keep it far back from the burner. You don't want to have, your whole kitchen burn down. Same thing with the paper towel. I'm going to scoot it over from the burner. Scoot it back a little bit, but this is all a really nice, clean stove, and I'm trying to keep it all nice and clean. Just moved in here. Try not to junk it up. Not yet. Okay, let me get it started. Okay, I have cut my bacon. This is how I cut my bacon package open. I cut it straight down the middle like that. And then I kind of pulled the sides open like that. And it's just an easy, simple way. If you want to just get small pieces of bacon, unless you want the big pieces, and take the whole piece out. But this makes it easy to cook in the pan. Oh my gosh. And usually I don't like to touch it, but I'm going to go ahead and put it in the pan. I have it on a little bit above medium heat. And I'm going to place several pieces here in the pan. And I think I'll probably have like maybe two full pieces, 2 to 3, 2.5. Get that to scoot over a little bit. Sorry, not trying to make y'all dizzy here. And again, I'm cooking on an electric stove, of which I hate, but it's what I was given when I moved in here. So that's 2.5 pieces. I'll probably throw the other half of slice in there somewhere. I'll make room for it. 3 pieces of bacon. I love bacon. It's my favorite meat. Like they say, it's the candy of meats. I absolutely love bacon. Okay, going to just let that cook. Now, sometimes I cook it on the stove. Sometimes I cook it in the oven. And sometimes I cook bacon in the microwave, which actually I love cooking bacon in the microwave. But my microwave is still in storage right now. I haven't gotten it out. I still have a lot of stuff in storage, so I'm going to have to cook it on the stove. And it makes a it's a lot easier or less messy in the microwave, I think. And it cooks it pretty well. If you have a good enough microwave with enough power, it'll cook really well in the microwave. And I did not know this until just maybe about 5 years ago. Because I usually cook it on the stove and sometimes in the oven. But I'm just let this go ahead and cook. And sometimes I use a splatter screen, which I actually have one, but I haven't washed it yet. I'm washing everything from this move before I put it into the cabinets. I'm re-washing every single thing to start out all. I just want everything fresh, clean, and new. That's the way I feel about moving. Just trying to start over in this is a much bigger, better house. And so I'm just still going through all my mess. I have so much stuff. I'm going to have probably a pretty good sized garage sale because I have way too much stuff. And I still have a lot of stuff in storage. But I'm going to go ahead and let this bacon cook for a few minutes. And I do have a lid here. If it starts to pop a lot, I'm going to put the lid on it. But for now, I'm just going to leave it off. And I'll get back to you in a minute. And we'll see how it's cooking. Okay, y'all, it's cooking. It's shrunk down pretty small because it's not the thick bacon, which is the bacon I really like. And this little flap will not stay down. I did put the lid on it for a few minutes, and I did end up turning it up to almost high heat because this burner, I absolutely hate. I hate this electric stove. But I really like my bacon kind of crispy. See, that's not really too crispy enough for me. But I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. Let some of those spots on the back side kind of cook through. And then I'm going to put the lid back on it. Get this one right here. This one didn't even hardly cook. And I'm going to have to put them as close to the center as the burner. That's the one thing I hate about electric stoves. You know, only the surface contact from the burner on the bottom of the pan, it can only reach so much. But with a gas stove, the flame can come up, you know, to the side of however far up you want it to be. So this is what I'm going to have to work with for a while. And now I'm going to put this lid, I'm going to put the lid right back on there. Oops, get it put on there. See, I'm just going to let it cook like that. And it'll probably take a few more minutes. Okay, while that bacon is cooking, I went ahead and put my bacon in a plastic bag. I squeezed as much air out of it as possible. I'm going to take 2 eggs. I'm going to sit them right here on my plate. Ready for that. And I'm going to go ahead and get my toast out. I'm going to probably only make maybe 1 or 2, I don't know, just 1 piece of toast for now. I think I'll just have 1 piece. And I don't have any milk, which is a shame because I would love to make some gravy out of that grease. Bacon grease is like gold. It makes your beans, you can flavor your beans, your collard greens, your green beans. You can make gravy out of it. You just drain it off the pan. I have a little metal container. I think I washed it the other day. I'm going to find that. I'm going to drain it into that, and then I'm going to keep that. And I freeze mine. I put mine in the freezer. I put it into smaller containers, small plastic containers once it's cooled down, and then I put them in the freezer, and that keeps it for a long, long time. And then if I'm making beans or collard greens or whatever I'm making, I just take a little block or a little piece of that frozen bacon grease, and it flavors your food so good. So don't ever throw away bacon grease. And don't throw it down your drain because it will clog up your drains. Okay, y'all, I put a little bit of butter. I drained the bacon grease into my little metal pan here. It's not a whole lot, but eventually when that cools down, then I'm going to put it in here. Then I'm going to put a piece of like wax paper on top of it and put it in the freezer. So I'll put that over to the side, and I have the 2 eggs, and the scrapings right here make the best gravy in the world. But again, I don't have any milk. Took my bacon out, it's sitting here waiting. I'm gonna crack my eggs. See if I can still do it one-handed. We'll see. It's probably gonna make a mess though. Just line up my pan. Pan's not sitting real straight on this, so let's see. Wow, can't believe I did that with one hand. I haven't done that in forever. Get my other egg. I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna have to move the pan up to try to get it to cook right on that spot, because the burner is a little uneven, so I'm having to prop up the handle right here. That's another thing about electric stoves. Sometimes the burners aren't set real straight. Here's my second egg. Oops. I don't know if that's going to crack very good, but yeah, got it with one hand. Okay. Let all the white strip down. Okay. I'm just going to let that cook for a couple minutes. I'm going to make them over easy. That's the way I like my eggs. You can cook eggs sunny side up, over easy, and sometimes I put like a little bit of water in the pan. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. I'm pretty high. I'm going to put a spoonful of water in the pan, then I'm going to put the lid on it and let them cook for a few minutes. Okay, I have the, let me turn the vent on. Okay, I poured just a little bit of water. I got a cup, and I put the lid on slightly, poured some of the water in there, and it kind of poaches it in a way. It poaches it, and along with the butter and the bacon grease. And it kind of is just a way of, it kind of fast cooks it in a way. So I'm going to flip these over, and they should be done in just about another minute. Okay, y'all, I had started my toast while I was cooking the eggs, and I forgot to mention that. But I plated everything up. This is the bacon. And no, the eggs don't look pretty. One of the yolks busted. But that bacon grease, I guarantee, is going to make bacon grease and the butter together. It makes your eggs taste a lot better. Covered up my bacon grease. Put the butter on the toast. And I'm fixing to eat this. Maybe give me a little bit more butter here. I love butter. Love it so much. And I'm going to put my little piggy back together here. My little Miss Piggy. And that's one of my favorite breakfasts of all. And this bacon is so good. And you know, cutting it in half makes no difference on the flavor. It doesn't do anything to it. It just makes it into smaller little pieces. Easier to cook in the pan. You can cook a whole piece if you want, or just cut the package in half. And that's a great breakfast. Y'all have a good day.